Credit is one of the most important components of anyone's personal finances, and using a credit card is a good way to build your credit. But which one should you use? Steve has some helpful tips in today's Smart Money Monday.
All right, let's see. I got my batteries, got my gloves, some duct tape. All right, I think I'm good to go. Oh, hey, sorry, I'm just picking up some stuff here at Sitting Mill, making sure that I got everything for some work at home. A little short on cash, though. Got to bust out the credit card, which actually brings us to an important question. How do you know whether or not credit card use is right for you, or which one to use at all? That's why we have Tony DeSanctis here, Senior Vice President from Bank of Hawaii, to kind of shed some light on this. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Steve.
So, okay, so let's talk about that. First of all, let's get really basic. What are the advantages of using your credit card as opposed to debit card?
There's a couple things. I think, it's certainly convenient relative to the debit card, or certainly cash, not having to carry around a bunch of change or anything like that. The other thing is just being able to track things, right? Give you a receipt at the end of the month to see how much you've spent and what's going on. The biggest thing for credit card relative to debit card, though, is really the kind of rewards you can get. You're going to spend the money anyway, why not take advantage of it and earn something on top of what you get when you use the card? So that's really the advantage of the credit card.
Okay, we get solicited all the time. You get stuff in the mail, hey, you're pre-approved for this, there's brochures everywhere. How do we make that decision? How do we decide which one that we want to sign up?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things to look at. I think the first thing you want to do is you want to check the rates and fees associated with the account and make sure that it's reasonable. Compare it to the other cards out there. There's a lot of them out there, and they have pretty dramatic differences. The other thing is a lot of them now are offering sign-up bonuses. So you want to look for something where you're going to get something for signing up for the card, make it worth your while to get that product. And then the third thing is really just making sure that the rewards program is something you're going to be, excited about. That's going to serve your purpose and get you the things you want.
Okay, so what are some of those things? You're talking about earnings, awards, incentives?
Yeah, so when you spend money on your credit card, you have a chance to earn rewards. What are those rewards going to get you? Are they going to get you something you can use? Do you have flexibility with those in terms of how much you earn and what you can spend? Or are you stuck on, with only a couple of options? If I spend $5,000, do I get $50 worth of value out of that, or is that going to be something less than that? And so comparing that to all the different cards out there, that helps you make the decision on what you can use it for. Do you want miles? Do you want cash back? What's going to work best for you?
And it probably varies from person to person, but how many credit cards are you supposed to have in your wallet at any given time?
That's a good question. I think it does vary from person to person. I think people like to keep things different. Some people like to use some cards for certain things and keep them separate. My wife and I keep separate cards. That's always a safe bet, so we can keep track of who's doing what. But usually a couple. You don't want to have too many and put yourself out there, but 2 or 3 is usually a good number.
That's good to know. All right, Tony DeSanctis, thanks for joining us here at Sitting Mill. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
I got to go get my stuff to the cashier. You guys stick around for more. We'll be right back.